Hello and welcome guys to the Joint Dota League season number 3, the European Division 2 Extreme XPC Romania versus Fab5 in this 2-game series. Just fighting out for the first games of the group stage to get a good start and just try to carry the momentum throughout the entire season. My name is Coucher and I am joined by Benji.
Hey, yes, we are going to be here again watching two teams we've seen before, Fab5, who I think lost a 2-0 last time we cast them, and Extreme XPC Romania.
Yeah, I was kind of blanking on the Fab5 score, but I do believe they did lose. Were they up against House of Gamers actually?
Yeah, but pretty difficult matchup, and I think they did okay, if I remember. Obviously, I've cast a lot of matches since then, and they all kind of merge into one.
Indeed they do, and no,
Obviously,
it was
not
Team
literally.
Course, which is now Northern Lions.
Oh yes, that's what it was like. Yes, I do think they lost against them, as Northern Lions, a very good organisation, picking up a very good team. But either way, we are going to see those first bans, and we already see a slight interesting ban coming out from Fab5. With that, to Shadow Shaman, although he is definitely worthy of a first pick, first ban situation.
Yeah, he definitely is. That hero is just so crazy strong. Having the Mass Serpent force to push at will, and just additional lockdown. Roaming early on is really potent on that hero. Either Shock, one of the highest damaging nukes early on. 140 damage on the first level, and well, when you get to the level 2 you can even hit multiple targets if it should be in a Trillium versus Trillium situation, for example. But of course that means that a lot of strong heroes will be left open. Extreme XPC banning off the Doombringer, but now it's a tough decision for them because, well, you don't want to give anything away, but you have to make a decision that what would you least like to play against, I guess, with those bans.
Well, as in with those bans, as in not very much you can really say about them. The only real thing you can say is that Fab5 don't like playing against the pushing power of Shadow Shaman, as the rest of the bans are pretty standard. There's a set of maybe 6 heroes that people like to ban out, and generally teams don't really go past those 6 first ban picks. As we do actually see the Lycan manages to get through the banning stage and is going to get picked up by Fab5 on the Radiant side.
Yeah, and do you reckon that we will see some additional push now coming on top of the Lycan? Like Nature's Prophet, Shadow Shaman of course is banned already, but still both of the Prophets, Nature's or Death, maybe Venomancer. Of course Pugna you can probably reserve for later as well, or just bait out a ban with that. But Extreme XPC themselves, I guess Skywrath Mage is one possibility, but you would actually really love some proper disable against the Lycan, I think.
Yeah, but if you've got Lycan on the opposite team, you definitely need those stuns, you definitely need that ability to just lock down the opposing team. And again, at this point, there's a lot of options both these two teams can do. You can run Lycan in that very solid, full-on pushing, 50-minute all towers down kind of lineup, or you could just simply run him as a carry with pushing potential. As we do see Tidehunter and Skywrath Mage getting picked up both at the same time. Very nice combo coming out there, lots and lots of teamfight damage.
Yeah, just Ravage of course is a pretty long duration stun as well. Can, at least in theory, use the Mystic Flare on top of the Ravage when somebody gets hit. So, like you said, lots of teamfight potential now for Extreme XPC already. Fab5, they have yet to reveal their cards, of course. I mean, Lycan, you can go for push, you can even go for fight with certain lineups. Howl, of course, giving you extra damage there. So, going for the Viper at the moment. Not too sure if they will even go for extra push, but at least Extreme XPC, they have to be on the safe side and ban out certain heroes to prevent that.
Yeah, because I will say that a little interestingly, we do have the Viper, who's, not generally picked up as a second pick ban. In fact, I think that's the second game in a row which has been first or second picked up in a game right now for me. But either way, it is going to be the Viper, and he is a good hero, does very well against a lot of more common mid heroes. But either way, he is, there's always that worry that Viper often doesn't do very much outside of that very good early game start.
Yeah, sometimes, actually, I've seen it a little bit more often recently that people are starting to go for a Midas on Viper as well. Just so he would be able to keep up with the farm even going into the later stages of the game. Maybe build something like a Monkey King bar, because actually the attack speed on Viper isn't all that bad. It just, his scaling isn't the best. But it's not to say that she or he, it, I guess maybe even, can't be a proper late game carry as well.
Yep, so we are going to be seeing the next set of bans, and the Rays are getting banned out. You know, pretty standard stuff. Rays are obviously getting bursting up in popularity since the TI4. People just realizing how good he is as that anti-carry, with that ability to basically drain all the damage from one player and do huge amounts of pushing potential with his Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, and just his static link is overall so annoying in the laning phase as well. Especially in the mid lane. I mean, there aren't too many matchups that the Razor actually straight out loses, so overall solid all around hero, I think. But Fab5, they also ban out a Weaver, and I do like that ban because at the moment they have zero lockdown at all. Yes, Viper can slow, but Weaver doesn't care about slows in the slightest.
Yeah, because we are, you know, there's a lot of heroes that don't get countered that hard by the Tidehunter Scarlet Mage outside of that ultimate from the Tidehunter. And Lycan, well, I would like to see some kind of lockdown coming out from XPC after this ban comes out for them. They do need something that can stop that Lycan just running away and doing the damage he needs to.
Yeah, they definitely do, and I guess as far as mid laners go, something like a Puck wouldn't be too bad. Dragon Knight has a pretty solid stun with the Dragon Tail. And actually, also a Storm Spirit is really good against Lycan because he's one of the few heroes who can actually keep up with Lycan's shapeshift.
Yeah, because we are going to see the Nature's Prophet is going to get banned out. And Nature's Prophet, generally, you know, has kind of fallen off due to the fact that pushing, he just doesn't do much outside of pushing, while there's just so many good pushing heroes that do so much outside of, you know, straight up 50-minute all towers down lineup. But the Nature's Prophet is one of the few times which he'd actually be really good with that Howl and Lycan. It means the Treants do huge amounts of damage.
Yeah, it definitely is a pretty scary combo to go up against, and defending against that you need excellent amounts of counter push, something like a Tinker, but even Tinker might not be just having his boots of travels early enough to counter that. And Keeper of Light, well, I did see one yesterday or the day before, I don't even remember correctly anymore, but I mean, it's a possibility. It's definitely a viable hero in certain matchups against certain lineups, although usually you still want to avoid that hero, at least most teams do. But an Enigma is there for Extreme XPC, Tidehunter, Ravage, Enigma Black Hole, and of course Ancient Seal, well, not Ancient Seal, I mean the Mystic Flare, coming into the Black Hole as well for additional damage. And some push for them as well, so definitely not a bad pick. They have, I mean, Enigma itself already has the Malphite, as well as the Black Hole to deal with the Lycan.
Yeah, because we are actually going to see the Silencer getting picked up, and that's actually a very nice counter pick against majority, if not all, of these heroes. The Silencer ultimate just shutting down everything Extreme XPC has right now, and it is interesting to note that Silencer is one of those few heroes that, with all the teamfight push that's been coming up, that hasn't really been picked up that often. Obviously, Fab5, they've got an idea of what they want to do, although they are lacking a few stuns themselves, and they are going to have to somehow pick some of those up in the last two picks.
Yeah, I mean, some teams, which I don't really like at all personally, do run lineups without any stuns at all, just having a couple of slows for them. But I mean, the Silencer, it will most likely be a support, I think, with the cores they already have. They can maybe do something like an aggressive Viper tri-lane with Lycan either mid or just solo safe lane and Silencer mid. However, something crazy like that.
Tinker!
Oh man, XPC, they go for the Tinker now as well.
Yeah, because they're just going for... I do feel that XPC, they're going to be a little bit viable or open to this Lycan, because right now the only real lockdown they have is two big ultimates. They just don't want to pop, as we do see the Rubik gets picked up, and that is a very nice pickup for Fab5. Just so many good ultimates from him to steal. Practically every single spell that comes out here, he would love to get his hands on. And maybe the rearm on XP on the Tinker would be a little bit
Yeah, I mean, depending on what items Rubik has, if he has a big enough mana pool, even that can actually come in handy. But yeah, it's probably the least favorite for Rubik to steal. But man, do you think, predictions, are we gonna see huge Black Hole or Ravage steals here?
Well, hopefully we will. Hopefully we'll see something amazing. Hopefully we'll be seeing Rampage Rubiks like it to the TI4 qualifiers. But TI4 Rubiks or not, we are going to be having these last picks, as the last two bans were the Ancient Apparition on the side of XPC, while the Naga Siren getting banned out by Fab5. And the Naga Siren, definitely a good ban here, considering how much setup they have if they can hit those ultimates.
Yeah, it's definitely true at the moment. And the best one other thing is that when you have a Rubik and a Silencer together, if the Silencer is good with his global silence timing, that should buy actually Rubik time to steal the ultimates.
Sniper.
Quite easily so, but wow. A Sniper last pick for Extreme XPC. I mean, their lineup is a little bit greedy, but if the Tinker just gets his fast boots of travels, they could be rather fine, because Fab5, the only thing they have that can actually get close to the Sniper so far is the Lycan with his shapeshifted hasted movement speed. But even then, the Tidehunter Enigma probably should be able to just keep the Lycan at bay as well.
Yeah, because, again, but I will say that it's going to be a little bit difficult, as I feel that to be able to take out this Lycan, they're going to have to blow at least one big ultimate.
Yeah, it definitely might be true. Of course, depending on how much farm the Lycan already gets to begin with, but I don't see Extreme XPC really being able to shut Lycan down, at least not in the laning phase at the moment. So, some lucky Sniper headshots. And of course, Sniper overall, Lycan, if he makes it away with really low HP, the Sniper can just assassinate him, but oh, Fab5, Storm Spirit pick for them. And I actually kind of like it, because that's a hero that can just ball lightning his way to the Sniper and just focus fire him down.
The only thing I don't like about it is that they're going up against a Skarath Mage, and Storm Spirit's one of those few survivable heroes in which silence hurts them probably more than a stun does.
Yeah, it actually might be true. So, Ancient Seal, Storm Spirit has to be extremely wary of that actually coming out when he jumps in. So, Extreme XPC's supporting cast around the Sniper and the Tinker, they're just gonna have to be on their game, have the correct positioning, be ready to pop their ultimates if any of their cores, the Tinker and the Sniper specifically, just get into too much trouble and all. I mean, based on just the draft, which team would you give the edge to?
Well, I'd say right now I prefer Fab5's lineup. XPC, if they can hit the ultimates, then they're good to go, but it's hitting those ultimates, and that is never a surefire thing. I've seen it so many times. You've got this one-bow combo set up, and it never comes to fruition. Well, never is not the right word, but often it doesn't. As we do see a possible level 1 smoke gank, just ordinary gank coming in, and this is going to be XPC. From Romania, we've got Art playing on the Enigma, Freak with a little face on his thing, playing the Sniper, Sub-0 on the Skarath Mage, Mascari on the Tidehunter, and BB Claudio on the Tinker.
Yeah, and Storm Spirit might be in trouble. Can they get the guys? Yes, they can, but are the others following up in time? Remnant left down, but the slow comes out. Shrapnel for additional, and nice body blocking from the Tidehunter as well. Massacre. Well, he just continues doing it, and this is top going down Storm Spirit. He gives away first blood, and I guess to introduce them, of course, top was just on a Storm Spirit. Dying their mid lane is going to be played by Tip on the Lycan, leaving an aggressive tri lane. Silencer played by Gimli, Kavorza on the Viper, and the last is SMQR Blomst on the Rubik. But wow, they're really leaving an Enigma in the aggressive jungle here as well? What? Or is he just hanging around for the time being?
I'm not quite sure. It is worth noting that they might have realized that their own jungle's going to get wardened up to hell, as right now I think there's only 2 creep camps that haven't been blocked up, and that is the way you deal with Enigma. It looks like they're going to be trying to gank that Enigma, in fact, running through the jungle. Not going to be finding him though, as he's just nowhere to be found, as it looks like he's going to be going enemy jungling.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, would have been a really easy pickup on Enigma otherwise. He's really squishy earlier, but oh, the Howl gets activated a little bit too soon though. They give it away, and Tinker, he makes it out.
Yeah, but a little bit of a shame right there, as we do see the silence is going to annoy him a little bit. But Lycan, I don't feel he's going to have the greatest time against this Tinker hero middle. Not without a lot of ganks coming out, not without a lot of the pressure.
Yeah, and he's probably going to get a reasonable amount of farm, but Tinker, with that laser, creating the mischance, of course, denying the last hit. And when he gets more levels, March of the Machines starts coming out as well. So Lycan definitely will potentially at least struggle a little bit. But looking at this bottom lane now, the supports of Fab5, they made the rotations Gimli, He's actually in a decent enough position. The Eidolons, I do believe they scouted them out, but Freak made no move to back off, and of course top 4, or top rather, can't really go against the creep wave either, because early on the creeps actually hurt quite a lot.
And I'm going to say that this is actually going to hurt a lot for this Tidehunter, as there's a lot of very favourable matches in 1 vs 1 for a Tidehunter generally, but this is not one of them.
He most certainly is not, but oh, Freak bottomless sniper gets slowed down initially, last word is there as well, and Silencer, his first 2 points of intelligence stolen, and actually it hurts Sniper quite a lot because he really doesn't have too much intelligence to work with to begin with.
Yep, kids, he didn't stay in school.
Just look at him, look at what his gun looks like. A badass like that, he doesn't need to stay in school, or does he? They're gonna come around again. Telekinesis up, they have the Fade Pot this time around as well. Just thrown into top 4, actually no overload, or rather no electric vortex. Does look like they even hit, but Storm Spirit maybe stayed around for 1 second too long. No, he did not. Sub-Zero, gonna go down as well, Gimli. Make that 6 points of intelligence for him already.
And that is going to be 3 kills out on this lane. The Storm Spirit, he did get caught out by a little bit bad positioning, but I'm not sure what Scarif Mage was doing or what he was trying to do. There was no way he was going to kill someone, he just basically fed another kill.
He was close to getting Storm Spirit though, but unfortunately for him, level 1 Arcane Bolt's cooldown is just a tad too long for him. Of course, had he been level 3, getting an Ancient Seal off, then probably would have been enough damage as well, but now looks like they're completely lane swapping. Sniper making his way towards the top lane instead, and that is a lot of time wasted farming. And I mean, to be honest, for XPC getting the first blood, I was like, yeah, up to a good start, all good for them, but Enigma really isn't the best aggressive jungler after all. Just a little bit too scary, especially if the supports came rotating through the jungle as well. So he lost some time there, and then it was just a dual lane versus a tri lane, and we saw what happened once the numbers advantage hit Fab5.
Yeah, but that's the issue, that the first blood was a good thing in general, but...
Oh, another telekinesis, Sub-Zero, electric vortex in, overload damage with the static remnant, the silence comes out, but little does it matter as Plumpst. He gets the kill, so 4-1, man, what a start.
Yeah, but we're just seeing right now that Scarif Mage should be playing a lot of positions, as support on mid, even as a carry in a pinch, but off lane is not one of them. As we do actually see the Tide rotating down, and the Tide, he's not having a good time himself either. His off lane was completely dominated by this Viper, and Viper picks up another kill.
Yeah, I completely missed that. I mean, yes, Tidehunter, he kind of got dominated, especially last it was actually 4-1 compared to 16 and 12. But looks like the lane swap really didn't work out in their favor. Tidehunter may at least have been able to stay alive. But man, this Sniper, 0-3-1 already.
And that's the problem, that right now, this Viper's level 5, the Sniper is currently going to be level...
Oh, we might be looking at the dead BB. Claudio as well, he comes out with the laser, but this is epic bait, somebody blocking together with the wolf. Telekinesis will be there, Gimli. Last word, level 2 already activated then. He's gonna go down 100% here.
And that actually hurts a lot, since right now that Tinker is the only hero on XPC that was getting any kind of farm or anything done in this lane. He's still the highest farmer in the game, but just look at the current net worth. I know it's only 4 minutes in, but the lowest 4 farmers are all on XPC, and the highest 6 are dominated by the Fabulous 5, as they really are being Fabulous 5 right now.
Yeah, and they're even gonna get the tier 1 tower if XPC doesn't do anything soon about it. But what can they really do? That's the question here, and looks like absolutely nothing. 5.5 minutes in, maybe a little bit less even. They're gonna get the tower. Power Threads already finished on top as well. Who's level 6 on the Storm Spirit? Who was part of a tri-lane, of course, bottom. So this Storm Spirit is off to a really good start. Viper gets yet another Kiilstofte. Goes for some harassment onto Massacre. But Kavorza, he's just having such a wonderful time. Lycan does get the tier 1 mid lane. And Fabulous 5, I mean, I don't think they could have asked for a better start. Especially after giving away first blood before the Horde Neem and Blue.
Yeah, but as in they made a mistake right there. They kind of didn't realize that their own jungle was not safe, but they've really made a comeback here, and just some nice ganking and a little bit of sloppy positioning from XPC at times. Would you note that their warding isn't really the greatest in terms of trying to be defensive? It's all very aggressive stuff. We've got one ward here to try and stop ganks from middle, and one aggressive ward here on the bottom lane that's doing very little at the moment, and that's about it.
Yeah, they were definitely heading into the aggressive tri-lane, thinking that they have the upper hand there, they can stay and just make a home on that bottom lane. but they just got boxed out within a matter of minutes, and now top lane, we might witness yet another kill on this poor sniper, who is only level 3, 6 minutes in, and he's supposed to carry them. Lasted twice, 9-1, aggressive observer by the Radiants on the side, and all telekinesis, last word. Wow, that went even faster than I expected.
Yeah, there's just nothing he can do right now as this sniper, he just doesn't have enough defensibility with how bad of a start he's had. As this is currently 8-1. If we have a look at the experience, it's already 3k in favor of Fab5, 4k gold. They're winning every single lane at this point. Enigma's making a small comeback in the jungle, but it's probably not going to be fast enough before all their tier 1 towers go down.
They might get the kill on Storm Spirit though, if they just hit the Ancient Seal. It is only level 1, 3-second duration, but might be enough with the Ravage, although not enough mana for the Ravage as it is on Tidehunter. Even Freak is rotating him, but level 1 sniper, what can really, or not level 1, level 3 sniper, what can really he do to help? So
some right click damage, but that's basically it, as he has now got the mana. Will he go for the Ravage? Will they try and go for the kill? No, they won't, as that's basically those two supports having wasted their last 30 seconds. Well, I say two supports, one of them was sniper.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like he is, because doesn't have too many last hits, 4 deaths to his name, level 3 at the moment as well. And actually Lycan, now with the top tower going down, he actually went for a Hand of Midas for himself, so wants to pull just super far ahead, get those early levels, get the level 3 shapeshift, and now Art in huge trouble. Gimli finds him together with Plums, last word activated, the stun was already there, and do they actually have enough? He went for a Malphite, Viper, can he get in range for one right click at least? Actually now he's silenced up as well from the Ancient Seal. And Art, somehow still alive, finally goes down Gimli. More Intelligence Stone, and bottom lane Storm Spirit got the kill on Freak, but Massacre got the return. Although, all in all, it was a 3-for-1 exchange, as Gimli, as a support silencer, is sitting on 14 points of intelligence. Or actually stolen intelligence, that is, 8 minutes in.
And that is actually, you know, pretty huge, as that's going to be a lot of intelligence stolen from heroes that, you know, really do need it early on, as Tinker did manage to pick himself up something. Regen Rune, very nice thing for Tinker, but again, he doesn't have the biggest farm either. It's 8 minutes in. He is currently the 3rd highest, but compared to this Viper, compared to the Lycan, he's just not farming fast enough to keep up with the rest of his team, effectively not doing that well.
Yeah, it's... I mean, at least he has a regeneration rune, so can't stay at the Ancients for quite a long time. Given that he actually kills this Ancient Black Dragon, but I think his timing was a little bit off, and oh, regeneration not gonna get disabled. Thank God for him, but yes, he messed up the timing. Pulled the Ancient Dragon a little bit too soon, and now Kavor's actually is gonna go down. Viper gets caught in the enemy jungle, so that's a huge kill for xpc. Getting a nice amount of XP there. Skyraf is level 5. If only he gets that level 6. And actually, they do have the Black Hole as well. Although, still, it is a minor positive for them, because they're so far behind, and Tinker is gonna go down to top. 12 and 3, 15 kills, 9 minutes.
Yeah, but we do see Storm Spirit just having an amazing time right now. Every single time they move to a lane, they get a kill or two. And I feel that we just have a look at the current map. These supports are also poor. There's no wards on the map at all. They have no idea where the opposing team is. They're so... they have to play so defensive right now. And they're going to lose another tier 1 tower.
Yeah, if they're not careful, to be honest, they might lose Sub-Zero here as well. Skyraf Mage has rotated the bottom, but he's almost down to half HP. Nice creep clear, of course, with the Static Remnant and the Fate Bolt. And tower, can they actually get it? They do have to tank it a little bit, but I think they're going to be fast enough. No, they back off. They want to make sure that they don't throw. And of course, they do it smartly as well. They don't leave the tower at deny range. The TP's the Silence Laser as well. They don't even get the tower. Man, Storm Spirit just got blown up, and now Plums, he gets stunned by the Malphite. Massacre is there as well. Anchor Smash. Well, they will get 2 kills from this. And it's an eye tower, but Viper, he's actually there. Plums is still running away. Tinker, he's gonna take a fall. And now, I think Kavorza can even go for more. Haste Rune is activated. Even Silencer makes his way there. Last word. Make it another 2 points of intelligence. And Freak, well, the casual sniper. At least in this game.
And that is going to be 17-4 right now. XPC. What I already saw right there was the Rubik managed to steal a very nice spell right there from the Tinker. Being that level 4 March on the Machines. He did that. He did so much damage to the team that as soon as the Viper came in, he just went in and cleaned up.
I mean, it started reasonably well, to be honest, if you ask me, for XPC. Getting the glyph just before the tower went down, and oh, Sub-Zero might be in trouble. Gets the concussive shot, but last word is there as well. I mean, just his damage output, it's beyond this world. But yet, it started off well for them. Killing off the Storm Spirit before he did, well, pretty much anything. Then getting the deny on the tower. But just chasing a little bit too far, and... Oh, mid lane art. Top jumps on him, Electric Vortex comes out, guys shunt to top, but really doesn't matter. Kavortsa gonna slow down Massacre as well. Viper Strike is off cooldown, unfortunately for them. And Tidehunter most likely will survive, but Lycan, he gets the tier 2 top lane in the meantime. Freak, I think he showed himself for a little while, might regret it.
Yeah, but Freak right now is only level 6. He's got 19 last hits and 6 deaths. In fact, a quick look at the kills and deaths in this game right now. He's currently tied with the Scarith Mage for most deaths in the game. Really feeding up that to Silencer is 6-0-3 and the Viper is 6-1-2.
And actually both of the supports of Fab5 are doing excellently. 6-0-3 on the Silencer, like we just mentioned, 4-0-9 on the Rubik as well. And I mean, net worth wise, Silencer, he's surpassing the Tinker at this point in time, so it just goes to show how bad XPC are actually struggling. And Tinker, he's been like 100 gold short or 200 gold short of the Boots of Travels for some time now.
Yeah, but that is, well, I'm not quite sure what XPC can do right now. They need to do something. They need to somehow bring this back. They need to wait for Fab5 to make a mistake and then to get that one more combo off.
Fab5. Anyway, oh, are you kidding me? We have a 13-minute Aghanim Scepter on a support Silencer.
That hurts.
I want to say that this game is GG. It's just too far out of their grasp now.
I think considering it's 15k gold, the stats would agree with you. I can't remember what the exact stats are, but it's close to 100% a win ratio of teams from this point in the game.
Oh wow. It's just the Silencer again just completely blew my mind. Yes, it is rushed almost completely. Just one Iron Branch, the TP, and the Boots of Speed. But man, really well played by Fab5, I have to say. They didn't really panic at all while giving away the first blood. Just kept their heads cool, and the worst I have to say, it was maybe a laning mistake from XPC as well. Could have just sent the Tidehunter to the bottom lane to begin with and have that safe tri lane with the Enigma in the jungle. But of course, now looking back at it, it's so easy for us to call it.
I'm guessing they were hoping it was going to be a... well, it was technically supposed to be a solo 1 versus 1 lane, with that Storm Spirit going up against the Tidehunter, which would have been an okay matchup for both the sides, with the presumably the Viper being supported by the two supports, going tri-lane versus tri-lane. But they kind of tried to dodge to the tri-lane in a weird way with the Enigma, and it just didn't work out for them. It left them too open to ganks, and, well, here we are, 19-4, currently 15k gold in their favor.
And, well, there's an Orchid for top as well on the Storm Spirit. And, oh, the Shrapnel, it got stolen, level 2 onto the tower. It's not a huge amount of damage, but every little helps, and Lycan has himself a level 2 Necrobook. Actually didn't even bother to go for that Vladimir's offering. Oh, they just mean business. They want to get the towers fast and just end game number 1, and hopefully for them, of course, they came number 2 as well. But XPC, they're definitely not happy about how this is going at the moment.
Well, who could be is... At this point, this is going to be the hard part, and I say hard with quotation marks, as, you know, the rest of this game has been pretty easy for them so far. 15 minutes in, no tier 2 towers left. But it's going to be the hard part because they're against a Tinker, and a Tinker, even this underfarmed, can do a lot of work in terms of just keeping the lanes pushed out, and it just takes one mistake for this one more combo to get activated.
Yeah, well, it is definitely scary pushing high ground. I mean, Lycan is trying to split push the bottom lane at the same time. Already popped his Necro level 2 as well. Actually, now Enigma has a Blink Dagger. Makes it even easier for him to just get in position and get the biggest black hole of his life. But then again, we do have a global silence. So Silencer, if he plays his card right, stays far back, they will find a faster. Gonna get pulled in. Pops the Rage, the black hole to follow up as well. Global silence is there almost immediately. Art, he's just gonna go down deep. Actually loses Aegis, the black hole. It got stolen. Used on free. Skyrock Mage goes down, and well, it is a 4 for Aegis.
Yep, and that's not very good as this Tinker. The GGs do get called, and let's face it, that's not surprising at all, as we see Fab5, they're going to get a 15-minute victory. Very dominating stuff coming out from them, as I hope that XPC in the next game can bring something back.
Yeah, I mean, this game definitely left a lot to be desired by them. Starting from maybe the draft, of course, already. And you were saying at the start of the game that yes, teams with the wombo combo, it is in theory just superior to everything. But if you can't land it properly, what good is it gonna do? I mean, the one time they actually got to use their ultimates because the game ended so fast, it was pretty nice. Ravage into a 3-man black hole, but by then, Silencer of course had his global silence for a long time, and not only that, he also had the Aghanim Scepter to boost it up. And just nice effort from XPC just going for that last defense, and actually I have to credit them for just calling GG as well when it failed, because there was really no point in dragging it out any longer.
I will also say, notice something I've never seen before: fantasy points going to minus.
I have seen it a couple of times, but yeah, it's both of them actually are 0, 7, and 3, the Sniper and the Skyraf. So man, XPC, they have a lot to prove in game number 2, so guys, we're not going to dilly-dally here any longer. We're going to jump into game number 2's lobby, just not to miss it. So guys, stay tuned, game number 2 is coming up just around the corner.